Google has upgraded Gemini with two incredible features. Now you can create presentations with a single click and research exactly what you need. Plus, there's some new NotebookLM updates that significantly boosts its usefulness for free. First, let's talk about an exciting new feature in the Gemini app. This was announced a few weeks ago, but is now officially available to all users. This feature allows you to create presentations using Gemini's Canvas tool, which can then be exported directly to Google Slides. What does this mean? If you go to Gemini and ask it something like, create a Google Slides presentation about the impact of artificial intelligence on the job market, Gemini will get to work. It will automatically activate the Canvas tool, or you can select it from a drop-down menu if it doesn't activate on its own. Then, it will generate a presentation within Canvas, like the one shown here, which has 13 slides discussing the impact of AI on the job market and how it can transform the way we work. This is a fairly comprehensive presentation, with 13 well-structured slides. But the real game changer isn't just that it can create the presentation, it's the new Export to Slides button. By clicking this button, you can transfer the 13-slide presentation directly to Google Slides, where you can edit it freely. You can even use AI-powered features to enhance it, though I believe some of these require a Google Pro subscription. You can manually add more slides, ask the AI to generate new ones, or edit them as needed. This gives you a fantastic starting point for creating presentations for free. And that's not all. If you have, say, a scientific paper, like this one about editing the first frame of a video to propagate changes throughout the entire video, you can easily create a presentation to explain it to a specific audience. For example, I created a presentation to explain this paper to people in the audiovisual industry. However, there's a slight glitch or limitation Google has introduced that makes the process less seamless. Let me explain. If you upload the PDF of this paper to Gemini and say, create a Google Slides presentation explaining the fundamentals of this scientific paper to an audience in the audiovisual industry, Gemini responds with, I'm only designed to process and generate text, so I can't help with that. But if you ask it to summarize the PDF in a separate conversation, it can do so without any issues. And if you then take that summary and ask Gemini to create a presentation like Keynote based on it, it gives the same text-only response. However, if you copy the summary, start a new conversation and say, create a Google Slides presentation for an audiovisual industry audience based on this summary, then paste the summary, Gemini will create the presentation, and it does a really impressive job. The only downside is that some images it includes might not be perfectly contextualized. But by exporting this presentation to Google Slides, you can create a solid foundation for explaining complex concepts, like those in a scientific paper, to a non-technical or niche audience, with Gemini doing the initial work of adapting the content. This isn't the only update to Gemini. If you use deep research reports, pay attention to the next update, and especially to the improvement made to NotebookLM, which now allows data analysis. Google has enhanced one of Gemini's most useful chatbot features, deep research. Now, in addition to generating reports based on internet searches, it can also pull from your Gmail or sources found in your Google Drive. When you go to the Gemini chatbot and enable the deep search tool, you'll notice the interface has changed slightly. You now have the option to upload files and select sources. In the drop-down menu, you can choose to have Gemini conduct in-depth research using Google search results, include Gmail results, exclude search results, or search documents in your Drive, or even within the chat. You can select all sources or just one, but at least one source is required to generate a report. Now, let's move on to an update in NotebookLM that massively increases its utility. Google has expanded the core functionality of NotebookLM by increasing the variety of sources it can process. In addition to PDFs, NotebookLM can now work with spreadsheets provided through Google Drive. This makes it more useful to a wider range of people and professionals, many of whom rely on spreadsheets. How can you take advantage of this new feature? It's simple. In NotebookLM, click to create a new notebook, and a modal will open where you can add different sources to work with from Google Drive. You can upload spreadsheets, like the one shown here, which contains information about different stuff. You can provide documents with fairly large rows. You can go back to NotebookLM, upload the file from Google Drive, select it, and it will automatically be added to the notebook. Since this is a new feature introduced this week, there are still some kinks. For example, right after uploading, NotebookLM might say, the provided text source is completely empty, meaning there's no content to summarize or describe. If you click on the source, in the guide section, it may repeat that no source was provided. However, as you can see in the preview, it does correctly interpret the spreadsheet. So, if you ask the chat to analyze the data, it can provide an interpretation. For instance, if you say, analyze the spreadsheet and provide a summary of the most relevant information, it will respond without issues. Now, there are also two new updates. The first impacts directly the video overviews. Yeah, I know it's something delivered a long time ago in internet time, but Google just upgraded the styles that you can use while creating the videos. Now you can select the whiteboard style, kawaii style, and yes, why not anime style? You can customize your video overview in NotebookLM by clicking the pencil icon on the video overview tile. Options include format. Choose between an in-depth explainer video or a concise brief video. Language. Select from supported languages for narration. Visual style. Pick from styles like classic, whiteboard, watercolor, etc. Or choose custom with a description. 18+ users only. Auto select available. Steering prompt. Provide instructions to focus on specific sources or topics. Let me know in the comments all the possibilities you see with this new function. What I can imagine right away is to create history videos in anime style. That way a lot of kids can learn without getting bored. Let's see if Google keeps upgrading this functionality. But at this moment, having this free functionality is a total game changer for learning, or just play around with. The last update to cover today is NotebookLM Custom Conversational Style feature. Now is possible to define roles and tone of the answers, so allows all users to customize chat behavior by setting specific goals, voices, or roles, such as a PhD advisor, marketing strategist, multi-perspective analyst, or game master for text-based simulations. To use this, click the configuration icon in the chat and define the desired behavior and goal. Some example configurations are: act like a PhD advisor, challenge assumptions, ask probing questions, and demand rigorous defensive work. Act like a marketing strategist, provide direct analytical action plans with concrete steps for quick goal achievement. Provide multi-perspective analyst, evaluate material as an academic, evidence-focused. Creative strategist, innovative connections, and skeptical reviewer, identifying flaws. Act as a game master. Narrate a high-stakes, text-based simulation with vivid, realistic outcomes based on user choices within a set step limit. And there you have it, folks. The latest game-changing updates from Google. From creating stunning Google Slides presentations with a single click in Gemini's Canvas tool, to analyzing complex spreadsheets in NotebookLM, and even customizing your chat to act as anything from a PhD advisor to a marketing strategist or a game master for immersive simulations. Google is taking AI to the next level. Plus, with video overview customization, you can craft explainer or brief videos in your preferred language and visual style, tailored to your needs. These tools are making it easier than ever to work smarter, create faster, and dive deeper into your projects, all for free. Which of these features are you most excited to try? Drop it in the comments below, hit that like button if you found this helpful, and don't forget to subscribe for more tech updates. See you in the next one.